sign it. Well, this weather has been great for long hours by the pool, but for parents, it also brings stress. Drowning is the fifth leading cause of unintentional death in the U.S. In Michigan this week, a 2-year-old fell into a pool unnoticed. A few minutes later, her mother found her safe. She was floating on her back, something she'd learned in infant swim lessons. But in Texas this week, a 4-year-old child died days after being in knee-deep water. Doctors call it dry drowning. Here now to help parents with important water safety information is pediatrician Dr. Sky with Children's Hospital of San Antonio. Thanks for being here,
No
Dr.
problem.
Sky.
Anytime.
Well, what exactly is dry drowning and how common is that?
So dry drowning is really rare. We don't really see it very often. It's only about 1 or 2% of drownings in general. And basically what happens is your baby or child inhales some of the water from the pool, and your body at first is like, hey, what's going on? And it inflames the lungs, and the lungs end up producing a lot of water, and we get something called pulmonary edema, where the lungs fill up with water. And this can happen anywhere between 1 and 24 hours. So kids don't usually show symptoms or have problems for at least an hour or so after.
So what can parents do about that?
The biggest thing, teach your kids how to swim. Teach them to be safe around water. The American Academy of Pediatrics says that all kids over age 4 should learn how to swim. Take formal swim lessons. It can't be Uncle Bob teaching you in the backyard unless Uncle Bob is a formal swim instructor. It has to be somebody who knows what they're talking about.
What about these infant swim lessons?
Right, so infant swim lessons, kids under age 1, we don't really think that swim lessons are beneficial for them, but from 1 to 4, it depends on the emotional maturity and the physical maturity of your child. If you want to teach them how to swim and you have a pool, or you know that there might be a risk for you, teach your kids how to swim, but make sure it's a formal swim coach.
Which is the most important thing we can do
Definitely.
to prevent drowning. Now, what about child CPR?
Infant CPR is really important. If you have a pool, I can't stress enough how important it is to learn how to do CPR on your child and know how to do it effectively. Most hospitals in the area have free programs where you can learn how to do CPR on your child, or it's a really small fee. And it's so important, especially if you've got a pool.
That's where I learned, was at the local hospital. Is that where parents should go? Are there any other places?
That's where parents should go, definitely. I think it's going to be the best way for them to know what to do. And you also have to learn how to keep your kids safe in the water. Like if you have a pool, you want to make sure it's fully gated so your kid can't get in there at any time if you're not there. You want to make sure that toys and stuff that you have that you always play with are taken out of the pool, because your kid's going to go after that.
Right.
They're going to go chase after that toy, and they're going to fall into the water. And also, realize when you're going swimming, floaties on the arms are not life-saving devices. It says it on there. This is not a life-saving device for a reason, because all it does is your arms go up, your head goes underwater, and that's not the most important part.
Okay.
Your head's important.
Well, Dr. Sky, thank you so much for joining us with
very
this
welcome.
important information.
Anytime.